Moving on to start deck number 3, Keter Sanctuary, my personal favorite, and the one I'm probably gonna main. So, I kinda know, I've kinda been practicing with this as well, and it's Apex Ruler Bastion. So, we have our starter here, base, does whatever starter here does, and now we have fort. So, what fort does is when this unit's written over rooks, which is the grade 2 over here, when this unit's written over rooks, reveal 2 grade 3s in hand. So, for example, you can reveal order card, and then something else, like maybe if you have Bastion in hand, you can also reveal Bastion, then keep them back in your hand, and then okay, reveal 2 grade 3s in your hand, and from look at the top card of your deck. If it is a normal unit, sorry, not normal unit, just a unit, so trigger units count. If it is a unit, you can call it to rear. If it is not, then put in your drop zone. So you reveal the top card, secret. Now you can call it to rear. If it was sadly the order card, then too bad, it has to go to the drop zone. Well, careful, because you don't want that to happen, right? You don't want the order card to go away. And next we have rooks. Oh, his other skill is pretty good, by the way. I should mention that. Once per turn, counterblast 1. Of course, this is a rear guard only skill. Choose one of your grade 3 vanguards, and then it gets power plus 5k. So you can, if this is on rear, counterblast 1, you can choose Bastion. Well, you have to choose Bastion. And now Bastion is 20k. He's 15 because of his own skill, but I'll explain that later. Next, we have Rooks. So, what Rooks does is when you ride Bastion over this unit, boom, reveal 3 grade 3s. So, like before, you can, here's a grade 3, here's a grade 3, and here's another. Reveal 3 grade 3s, revealed, and now draw card. It was a crit. Okay. You get to, so that's pretty good, because, well, he just lets you draw an additional card just for revealing 3 grade 3s. So again, Keter does play so many grade 3s, so most likely you will have them. In case you don't, well, too bad, that's kinda sad. His other skill, though, is what makes him really good, and probably the reason why there are, other than because he's the main, like, ride deck, ride, the card to ride in your ride deck, there's another reason why you play 3 other copies of him, is because, during your turn, if you have 3 or more grade 3 units, then this unit gets boost and 5k. So he's 15k and he has boost now. So if you have 3 other units, like you're on Bastion, you can call rooks anywhere, I guess. Let's say here to the rear guard circle, to the back row, and now not ideal. Don't wanna wait. Actually, I'll just use a different card. Here. Now you can call this. It's a grade 3. You can sorry, wait, I'm searching for the other grade 3. It's not here, it seems. Oh well, I'll just call the same thing. And now that you have 3 or more grade 3 units, Rooks gets a boost, which is really strong, because he's 15k. Your rear guards, your grade 3 rear guards are already 15k as well. because of Bastion, and again I'll explain that in a little bit. Yeah, so this can hit for basically 13 already. It's not 13, sorry, 30. Yes. So makes your grade 3 a giant beat stick. However, you only have 4 copies of him, so you most likely will not get him many times during your game. It's certainly possible. Now, what does Bastion do? Our big boss. Um, during your turn, all of your grade 3 units. My camera doesn't want to focus. Okay. During your turn, all of your grade 3 units get plus 2k. With and all grade 3s in Overdress are 13k base. And again, it says unit, including, which means uh, your Vanguard also counts as a unit. So Bastion is also gonna get that plus power. So now all of your grade 3s, this one and this one, will be 15. Which is why I said will hit for over 30, because he'll get power plus 5, making him 15, and then he'll acquire boost, and you can boost to attack, and now this will be 30 in total plus 15. This is another really good card that you actually want to play. This is one of the rear guards you really want on board. Ramana. So when this unit attacks, counterblast 1, and she gets plus 5k until end of that battle, which is good. So now she's 20 on her own, and she hits for even more if boosted, especially with rooks. 20 on her own. And again, if you have Fort also, since Fort gives your Vanguard 5k and Bastion gives himself another additional 2k, that'll make your Bastion 20 as well. Sorry. And now, what is Bastion's other skill? Alright, so once per turn, when a grade 3 is revealed in your drive check, at the end of the battle that this unit did, basically at the end of Bastion's battle, if your drive check revealed a grade 3, choose one of your rear guards and then stand it and gets power plus 10k. That is a really good skill, a really powerful skill, and basically the reason why we run so many. So in your drive check, you want a grade 3 to come out. So for example, what you can do is you can attack with this unit, and then you can attack with this unit. So 15, 15, right? Or if you use her skill 20, drive check, boom, crit, and a grade 3. Now that you have a grade 3, all you have to do is discard a card. So you can discard maybe a draw trigger, for example, or something, or a card you don't need. Discard it, and now you can choose one of your rears and restand it. So now this 15k rear guard is now 25. And she can, oh sorry. And since it says stand one of your rear guards, it doesn't have to be a grade 3, by the way. It's just that usually you'll have a grade 3 up on the board. So you can attack with this boosted by rooks now, for example. But again, there is a risk. If you don't get a grade 3 out, like this for example, then it's kind of a waste. So what you might want to do is maybe you can it's okay to swing boosted first if you don't want to take the risk. Swing boosted for a really high number, and then swing with Bastion. You can keep another rear guard standing as well, just in case. Swing with Bastion. If you get a grade 3, great, restand this unit, and she still gets to hit for a really high number. And then you can swing with both of them, and yeah. If you don't get a grade 3 in your drive check, well, alright, that's okay, because at least since you've already boosted here, you don't really lose that chance. You didn't lose any of power. And yeah, you don't get to restand anything, but this unit, you have your other rear guard here still standing, so you can attack with this as well for any or any triggers that pop out. For example, you can just give the power here if Bastion's gonna hit. So right, another grade 3 unit that's good for this deck, that is good in the start deck, that is, that you also get 4 copies of, is you can put, is this unit, and then it says you can put it in Soul and choose one of your grade 3 rear guards, and for that turn it gets power plus 10k, including himself as well, by the way. So if you have another copy of him on the field, so what you can do is, suppose this area is free, call this, use a skill to put it in Soul, and now you can choose a grade 3 rear guard like this, for example, and gets power plus 10k and hits for giant numbers now, magic numbers even. Okay, so that's pretty much how you play with Bastion. Get your grade 3s out, hit for huge numbers, and restand them when you get lucky enough to get a grade 3 in your drive check with Bastion. Like, for example, like that, boom, I got a grade 3. Oh, I got another grade 3, but keep in mind, this is once per turn, of course, since you can only attack with Bastion once, but if somehow you restand Bastion through some miracle, you can't use this skill again. Also, you cannot restand 2 rear guards because it's not when you perform the drive check, it's at the end of the battle, which means that even if you got 2 rears, as long as you got 1, you can activate his skill to restand 1 rear guard. Even if you get 2, it doesn't matter. You cannot restand another one because of what he says, basically. So that's both a good thing and I guess slightly bad thing, but there's not much of a downside to that. You just have to make sure you get a grade 3 out, which you most likely can because you play a lot. Play like 16 grade 3s in this deck. So moving on to the next start deck. Completely forgot that I completely missed the order card. I forgot to explain it earlier for Keter Sanctuary, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain it now. It's a grade 3, of course, Counter Blast 2. To play this card, draw 2 cards and then choose one of your units, and it gets power plus 5k for that turn. Pretty strong, actually, really good. If you've heard of Pot of Greed in Yu-Gi-Oh, then this is Pot of Greed, except unlike Pot of Greed, you still need to pay the 2 Counter Blast. But you'll probably be fine because not a lot of cards in the start deck require Counter Blast or require so much Counter Blast. Sort of Bastion doesn't require Counter Blast, for example. So yeah,